I'm going to turn the lights on anyway. Hopefully I actually go live. Ooh. Yo. Sorry I'm a bit late. I've been at the gym. I was rushing back and there was traffic, so it was horrible. But we got a podcast. My pre-workout. I didn't get to be in the gym for as long as I wanted because I was a bit busy. So I didn't finish this. But I had enough of this for it to now be making me feel like there's bugs under my skin. But I didn't work out enough to sort of balance that out. So now I just feel like I've got bugs under my skin for no reason. How long have you been live? I literally just went live. Eat the bugs. Yeah, I mean, I just have to eat my skin. But hey, everyone, hope you're all well. Podcast coming out in 13 and a half minutes. Harley has watched all of the podcasts. Thank you, Harley. Appreciate you. Someone's getting an Indian takeaway. I didn't see who, but I hope you have fun with that. Imagine being dyslexic and trying to read this. I would just, lose my mind. So I said Battle Richard Whisker. As much as I love his name, no. But howdy everyone. We got a podcast coming out this week. We talk about, what do we talk about? Thanks, Alex. We talk about teachers in school. Someone said, can you leak the podcast thumbnail? I can't because I'm on my phone and I don't really have any other devices that have the thumbnail on, so you're just gonna have to wait to see it, unfortunately. Is the sound weird? Do I sound weird, or is that just for one person? Hi, Chloe. Someone said, did you get my fan mail? We have a couple of packages. I don't think we're going to open them today just because usually on a podcast live stream we don't open packages because I've only got 15 minutes and then I'm disappearing. But we will open them eventually. I don't know if it is your one. It might be. It might be someone else's. I don't know because there's a couple. But and if anyone's wondering what the hell I'm talking about, you can send a package to us. Sorry, I don't know. My brain's a little bit slow today. Yeah, you can send a package to us if you want to. It's our PO box in our bio. I always forget it. Literally don't have it memorized, and that's really embarrassing because I should, but I don't. So thanks, Ivy. It's very kind. Oh, my headphones might be connected. Oh, that's a good shit. I mean, was the audio almost better? These were connected. Is the audio better now? Is it better? Worse? I don't know what's happened. I wonder if the audio would have gotten better though if I had these on, because I don't actually know where the microphone is on these. But I wonder if I had them on if the audio would have been better. Either way, thanks for solving that problem. I think it was Sadie who told me that. So good job on that. Anyway, podcast coming out in 10 minutes. 10 minutes to go till podcast. Feel free to ask any questions if you have any. Thanks, Liam Gallagher. Don't think that was the Liam Gallagher, but, I'll take what I can get. Is your other brother called Theo or Leo? He is called Theo. Just to clear that up. And yeah, sorry, I was talking about what we talked about on this podcast, and I then stopped doing that for whatever reason. What we were talking about was, oh my God, I completely forgotten. But you know what is really good, and I'm looking forward to everyone seeing, is Tilly spent the first 10 minutes maybe just pissing Max off. And it was so funny. I was genuinely sat there almost in awe like I was sort of watching what I've created unfold, and you'll see it when you watch it. It's just me going, yeah, this is fantastic. I've almost set Tilly up now to piss Max off, so all I have to do is sit back and watch. It's brilliant. And so, yeah. At least I'm pretty sure that was this week's episode. It's either this week's or next week's, because we've already filmed next week's as well. But I don't think I've reviewed next week's yet. Yeah, so it would have been this week's. Where can I watch your podcast? It's on YouTube. On YouTube, 13 Again podcast. Type it in. If it doesn't come up, then I don't know what's happening, because without sounding too up my own arse, it's there now. At the beginning, it was a little bit harder to find because it wasn't as established. But frankly, if it doesn't come up now, that's really strange, and I'm actually concerned. But I mean, maybe there's another 13 Again that's our direct competitor that we just won't be able to get through to. I don't know. But can you sing a couple songs? I'll be honest. No is the short answer, because I'd need to set up a bunch of stuff. But maybe at some point we'll try and do a proper singing live stream. I'd like to. I'd like to do a live stream where we have like an actual band. I feel like that'd be really fun. It would obviously be a bit more of a, intricate setup. But if we can figure that out, I would have so much fun doing that. Maybe we can get some of the boys in and have some actual instruments and all that jazz and just sing some songs. When are you rearranging the studio? I don't actually know yet. It's obviously going to happen. If it does happen, we'd hope that it would happen around the time of the podcast changing. Sorry, I genuinely think this is affecting my brain, because what it's really good at is giving you a lot of energy. What it's not so good at is, I think because my brain's almost trying to work too quickly, I'm now slower. For anyone who doesn't know what this is, it's pre-workout, which people usually drink before going to the gym, and it gives you a bit more energy, basically. It's kind of like an energy drink, but without like all the sugar, maybe, I think. I don't actually know. I just know it's better than just chugging an energy drink, but it's not like good for you. It's just better than an energy drink. Anyway, it might not be. I might be completely misinformed. Either way, my brain is not working properly right now, because the balance of how much I worked out versus how much I drunk of that is not doing great. So, how long have you been live for? I only went live at like 1:45. I got back a bit later than I wanted to. But Annie's on the exclusive story. Let's go. I'm going to post more on that. Sorry. To be fair, I've been doing a little bit better. But again, I've just been so all over the place. And sometimes I forget. And I'm really bad for that. And I just made my face go really red by touching it. So that's awesome. Are you going to F1 races in August? I don't know specifically any months. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to any F1 races yet. I'd love to. But... God, I need a haircut. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to any F1 races yet, but I would like to. So maybe at some point, but we'll see. Oh, what do I mean by the podcast changing? Well, obviously, Tilly's going to turn 14. So something's going to happen there. But we're going to... I think the way that it's going to work, I know we obviously started late, but we're probably going to do seasons now. And anyone who's smart will work out how the seasons will work. And if you need a little bit of help over the finish line, every time Tilly turns a new age, we'll start a new season. Have you ever seen The Hunger Games? Yes, I have seen The Hunger Games. I've actually been meaning to rewatch The Hunger Games, but I haven't gotten around to it yet, because I do like those films. Who's your favourite singer? That's a really interesting question, actually, because there are so many people I listen to, but I wouldn't say they're my favourite singer, because I think in some instances, like I listen to Glaive a lot, who's like a hyperpop artist. But Glaive, without any sort of means to disrespect, Glaive's strong point isn't singing ability. It's like, obviously the vocals are so heavily compressed and edited because of the style of music, and that's not a bad thing, that's just how it is. That I wouldn't necessarily say that Glaive is my favourite singer, but Glaive is one of my favourite artists because of the music he creates, as are AJR. And yet again, Jack from AJR is fantastic. He's not got one of the most mental voices in the world, but he has got a very unique voice, which I really like. And actually, I think Tyler from 21 Pilots is a really good singer. I'm having a crisis for a second. His name is Tyler, isn't it? I'm not just being stupid. Because I can't think of his second name, and now I'm thinking his second name is Tyler. No, it is Tyler. What's his last name? Why have I completely forgot? Tyler Joseph, that's it. Yeah. I think he's quite a good singer, actually, and the mix between his singing and rapping is... I think he's got the best of both worlds. Like, he doesn't sound weird rapping as well. But then again, I guess when they first started, 21 Pilots were probably quite controversial. Or just polarizing is a better word. But yeah, to answer the question of who's my favourite singer, probably the Tyler Joseph, or maybe Jared Way. Actually, yeah, I really like Jared Way from My Chemical Romance. I think he's a fantastic singer. Is there anyone else? I mean, I really don't know if I should say this anymore, but Brendan Urie is a really good singer. But I've not looked... I know that there's something happened where he did something, but I never looked into it, so I don't know. So to separate the artist from the art or whatever, the voice is great. I don't know about the guy. I don't want to say anything and then get myself in any trouble. But yeah, also Will Lindley is a good singer as well. I do like his songs. I am going to the football match tomorrow, just to clarify that, in case anyone was worried that I wouldn't turn up. Ops on Chase Atlantic. I literally couldn't tell you one of their songs. I know of them as a band, and I know the only thing I know about them is that from memory their sort of whole thing is like slightly risque lyrics, or I say slightly, probably very. I believe they have very sort of like 50 Shades of Grey type songs, to put it as awkwardly as I possibly could. But I might be wrong. I really haven't looked into it. I just remember someone saying that they're a fairly sort of, that kind of band. But I don't know any of their songs. Say number 7 for a vid. No. Number 7. I don't know what that means. What are you gonna like? Am I gonna? Does that sound like something different backwards or something, or am I gonna be absolutely shafted there? What's your favorite Vine? I don't know. The only I occasionally watched Vine compilations here and there when I was younger, but I never used Vine. Like, I've always said this. The only Vine that I know of off the top of my head is the one I would always open the app, and it would always be it was this guy that was like, America runs on Dunkin', and then he was like, well, Canada runs on something else, and then he would go to drink the coffee, and it was just a massive block of ice that came out of the cup and hit him in the face. And that would always come up every time I opened the app. I don't know if that was the same for other people, but otherwise, like, genuinely, I say unfortunately, I don't think it's the end of the world, but sort of unfortunately, the only Vines that I can think of off the top of my head are the Logan Paul ones, where he was like either jumping a thing of bins or just doing something stupid. I don't know. Free Shavakadu was also a good one, actually. That is a good Vine. I used to cry laughing at Free Shavakadu. Also, yeah, podcast is out. Hooray. Congratulations, everyone. The podcast is out. And so please go over, watch the podcast. If you don't see it yet, it'll be there in like 30 seconds. Sometimes this happens with YouTube. Thanks for watching the live stream. Thanks all for being here. And it did actually go out on time this week. So hip hip hooray. I am very sorry about last week. That was completely my fault. But yes, anyway, go watch the podcast, go share the love, go comment on it. I will go in and I will respond to some comments. Thank you all. Pleasure having you. And I'll see you guys in a bit. Lots of love. Bye-bye.